Good morning and welcome to Wednesday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to get you thinking and feeling today. And I cannot begin to tell you how spot on this card is at this point. And I'm sure you're noticing that my screen looks backwards. Usually I do the flip screen, but apparently they're not offering flip screen anymore. But I'm doing horizontal instead of vertical because that just weirded me out yesterday. So we're going to roll with this as best we can and see what we end up with. But we have a card from the Wild Kuan Yin deck today, and as those of you who've been around for a while are aware, those are some pretty in-depth cards. So I'm excited to share this one with you. I think, though, I'm jumping on a bit early compared to usual, so I need to give it a minute for a couple of you to find me, because then it seems like it's easier for the rest of you to find me. So, time for a drink. Hang on. We are at 0 degrees without the wind chill. So add in the wind chill and we're probably, I don't know, minus 15, something like that. There's Abigail. Good morning. Glad you found me. Welcome, welcome. Looks like someone else is here also. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Thank you for all the pretty colorful things. I appreciate that. Especially since it's pitch black out there right now and can't see a thing other than neighbors' windows maybe. That's about it. Good morning, Joe Neal. Hello, 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 hello. So we'll give it a minute, like I said, for everybody to catch up because I think I'm a little bit early. And again, the flip screen thing does not work. So I'm orienting the way I typically would, but everything's going to probably look backwards. So we'll do our best. Facebook will not defeat us. And you know, I've considered going to other platforms, but haven't made the move yet. We'll see if it happens. Might decide to jump ship. We'll see. So, but this particular card, I just want to give you a little bit of background that might make you appreciate this card even a little more. So, every Tuesday morning, I do my coffee group, and I love these women. They are an amazing group of women. They're very supportive. We listen to each other. We all have our stuff going on. Good morning, Cindy. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. And excuse me. And yesterday we used that little Light Seers deck that I have that's in the little can that I got from my friend Kathy for the holidays. And the cards that showed up, oh my goodness. And I'm looking at these cards, and I was the one reading the cards for the group, going, I wonder how this fits. And for every single person, they could explain how that card fit for them, even the ones that seemed really bizarre. Mine was the magician. And as I was thinking about that, it very much felt to me like when I woke up yesterday and was very agitated, it felt like something was coming forth, right? Something was being birthed. So I had a session. There's a young woman in town. She and I exchanged services, and it was my turn to receive. Love how that works out. So we did some Reiki because I just felt like there was some stuck energy and something needed to be moving, etc., etc. So I left there feeling much more confident that I need to quit working so hard on this stuff. I need to allow the unfolding. I need to trust the universe that it's doing what it's gonna do. And so then we get to today's card. Sorry, it's backwards. Wild Kuan Yin deck, Alana Fairchild. And as you, like I said, as you're aware, these cards are a little longer. But what a wonderful card. So let's breathe to receive. Breathe in. Breathe out. Opening to receiving, moving into that place of receptivity. In, out, allowing, curiosity. Step into your curious observer. Good morning, Brenda. Welcome. And here is the card. She's upside down. And the yak's kind of flying around also. Get a hoof right in the middle of the picture. Let your world spin on its axis. Let your world spin on its axis. So let's see what that has to tell us, because it is an amazing card. And we've been kind of hinting around about this. And here it is, spelled out amazingly. Good morning, Catherine. Welcome, welcome. So all of the things that we've been alluding to, we've been feeling, we've been hearing from others, here it is laid out flat so that we have the words to capture this concept that's been happening. All right? Let your world spin on its axis. My gift of disarray, of the chaos where all seems upside down and inside out, is an offering to your soul in response to your deepest heartfelt prayers. Do you not already feel a little bit better about the chaos that's going on in our world? Let me read it again. My gift of disarray, of the chaos where all seems upside down and inside out, is an offering to your soul in response to your deepest heartfelt prayers. There are times when change is needed in order for a dream to manifest. It may be too much for you to go through that change voluntarily. Too great is your fear of loss or attachment to your known world. Too radical is the transformation that is needed to support the manifestation of your dream. Yet your heart aches for healing, freedom, and true expression. I answer your prayers with what is needed to bring them to fruition. Sometimes that means life will appear to be messy for a time. But know that this is nothing to fear. Tumultuous though it may appear at first, soon it will take shape into a new, loving form, gifted to you from me, your divine mother, who loves you without condition. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning to anybody who got past me as I was reading. Does that not put a very different spin on the chaos that's going on in our world right now? The entire world spins on an axis, tilting and turning, and because of this, seasons that allow life to flourish are created. If all was to be held in stillness, life could not be. Good morning, Linda. Welcome. The tilt and the spin are essential for the beauty, diversity, and abundance of life on this planet. Your world is, or soon will be, spinning on its axis, and with a tilt that may feel as though it is throwing you off of center for a time. Though it may feel random, it is with divine purpose. It is so your life can flourish with beauty, creativity, and abundance too. A great change is due to you at this time, and it is based in love. You can try to stem the tide of change, but you will be resisting life, and in doing so would find things more difficult than they need to be. You may do this because you believe it is necessary for you to be safe, but it is not. But it is not. All that is needed for you to handle this change with relative peace of mind is to find one point of connection to the earth, one point of focus and grounding. Wow. Wow. It may be your spiritual practice, your morning walk, your daily prayer, or yoga class. It may be your time to dance each evening or meditate, to do an oracle card reading, or simply to sit quietly with a cup of tea and reflect upon what you are grateful for in that moment. With one simple technique outlined in these suggestions and in this healing process following, you shall be supported. Your point of focus will work best when it is simple and able to be repeated each day throughout the upheaval of change. It will be your anchor, connecting you to your heart and your sense of trust. Whilst everything else can be left to run wild, turning your world from one season into the next, change can happen and your dreams can manifest. Even if the forces of change seem more like a tornado than a gentle breeze, do not fear. Let yourself touch the earth with your one point of focus while all else is moved internally and externally, naturally, wildly. Trust that your world, just like the earth, has its own orbit and will move in harmony with the greater turning of the spheres. This oracle brings a message that great change will be upon you, and in due course, whatever appears to be one way will likely appear to be quite the other way. If you are struggling, let go. Life is happening. Don't worry about how it will work out. And learn to find one simple way to be grounded whilst all is in disarray. I keep calling it the 52 pickup of life. Whoosh, everything up in the air, we'll see what lands. This is how change happens. The form of something becomes loosened, and the energy of life itself is freed so a new form can be created. Sometimes you'll feel as though you have been tipped upside down. I'm going to show you her again. There she is, upside down. And pulled inside out. But here's the secret. If you don't try to control it, and you realize you don't have to be afraid, you may actually come to enjoy it. Remember being a little kid and people would swing you around and you'd giggle and laugh and carry on? Or you'd spin around yourself and then fall down because you were dizzy? Yeah, I think we're going to do that again, the adult version. You see, you are being offered a gift, not only of change in your life, but also of more aliveness. The energy work that I was doing yesterday with Sarah, she kept saying one of the keys that was coming forth was have some fun, have some fun. There we go, Diana Ross is singing. All right, perfect, awesome. It may feel to you like you are being invited off the carousel ride and onto the roller coaster sometimes, but that is just because in those moments your world is spinning. It is the only way for darkness to turn to light and for winter to shift into springtime. It has to spin with a tilt. That is how life can happen. Know that you can stay functional during this wild shift, even enjoying your graceful mastery as you seek not to control anything, whilst remaining connected and balanced throughout the process of your increasing aliveness. And I know what the healing process is with this thing, and it kind of makes me laugh because there's an image that comes to my mind, which if I remember when we get to that point, I'll share with you. This oracle comes with this additional message. This spinning is happening in response to a cry from your heart, for a dream to manifest, for something beautiful to happen, for healing to take place. Do not fight against the creation of your own dream. Go with it. Trust life. Let go and be moved, even if it makes no sense because you are disoriented by the disarray. Good morning, Angie. You're going to love this card. Let me show you again, because allow your world to spin on its axis. Yep. Let's see. So be prepared to not know up from down for a while. This is good. It means things are truly changing. Don't try to work it all out or even understand fully what is happening now, because in a short time it will have worked itself out according to a higher plan. There may be several of these shifts and spins happening in quick succession for a time, and this is because the change in your life is being given to you, not only rapidly, but deeply, for a more profound transformation. If you have truly wanted something to be different in your life, then know that whatever is happening, or soon will be, is the means for that difference to happen. It is likely that change will not only be internal in mind and heart, but external in body and physical reality too. Just remember, the less you feel in control, the greater and more far-reaching this transformation will be for you. Good morning, Gwen. This card is amazing. Yes, I agree. So the more we can spin out of control, the more we're going to accomplish, the transformation that's being set up to happen. Let go, let God. Here we go. It may seem scary and unknown, but in time it will be seen as a gift that released you into a new life in a way far more loving, wild, and appropriate for you to be who you are without fear or doubt. Yeah. Okay, so here's the healing process. There's a picture on the card, which I can't show it to you, which you need to be looking at it while we're doing it. and read it at the same time. So I drew it, but I don't draw very well. So here we go. We got the circle with a dot in the middle. Little bit oblong, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. First, take a breath. Let it go. And step into this healing process. Focus on this simple image of a circle with a dot in the center. Breathe in and out, slowly, and relax. Place both index fingers lightly on the dot. And you can do this on your screen, but it might mess up your screen. I don't know how well that'll work. You might need to make this picture yourself and do it separately again, listening to me read this part to you, okay? Place both index fingers lightly on the dot, allowing your attention to focus on that central point without forcing or straining. Imagine your awareness becoming more relaxed, diffused, and conscious of your fingertips pointing to and resting upon that central spot. Be softly aware also of the space around the dot, the space that extends out in all directions from that central point. When you are ready, after at least several slow breaths in and out, remove your fingers from the image. Say the following prayer aloud if possible. So we'll do our typical call and response. Wild Kuan Yin, who loves me without condition, help me stay strong enough in my center so I can be flexible and trusting of where and how life moves me. Bless me with your strength so I can surrender. Bless me with your love so I can release my fear, so I may feel more alive and encouraged by the changes happening, with hope in the uncertainty inherent in change. Help me understand that these changes taking place in my life are a result of my own wild nature, seeking wholeness, fulfillment, and healing. Good morning, Judy. Help me realize that I don't have to be in control for the best possible outcome to happen. Through my own free will, so be it. You have finished your healing process. How awesome is that? I love that part. And I'm going to add a little line in there. Help me realize that I don't have to be in control for the best possible outcome to happen. And I'm going to add in there, and oftentimes when we let go of control, better outcomes happen. Because we, in our humanness, our limited humanness, think we know best, and oftentimes get in the way of the divine unfolding of a process that's so much better than we can ever conceive of, right? So, are you willing to let life toss you around a little bit right now? Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think anybody else, many people have sought this particular version of this card deck and have not been able to find it. My friend Carol actually found this for me at a resale shop. So I don't know if it was St. Vincent de Paul or where, but yeah. So I just think it's so interesting. Nobody else can find this particular deck. So are you ready to let life toss you around a little bit? Are you ready for up to be down for a bit, and for left to be right a bit, and for in to be out a bit, and everything being stirred up, stirred up? Again, that 52 pickup of life. My hope is I'm going to walk through it going, this chaos is for a purpose. This chaos is for a purpose. This stuff not unfolding as I'm thinking it ought to unfold, that's divine intervention. That's a good thing. When things don't work the way I think they should, that's wonderful. Easier said than done. Definitely easier said than done. But this is one of those places where I think, again, we as the practical rebels, we link arms with each other. We help support each other as we're walking through this chaos and disruption and disarray. That was the word that Alana Fairchild used. Disarray. We walk through this together. And as one person kind of flags and falters and gets fearful, good morning, Cheryl. How's that for a bunch of alliteration? The others can hold her up and keep it moving forward. Keep it moving forward. So, what would you like to take out of this? What is going to be your nugget of gold that you tuck in your heart pocket and take with you today? I think for me, it's that concept of the more chaotic it is, the bigger the transformation that's being created. For me, that's going to be helpful, a helpful concept. What about for you? What about for you? Love to get some things in the feed. What grabbed you about this? Definitely take the time to make your own circle and do this process. Breaking down old belief patterns, new vibration. Yes, 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 yes. And when things have calcified so much, the vibration can't get bigger. We got to bust up the calcification so that the vibration can get bigger and move us into places where we haven't been before, or we haven't been able to stay once we got there. We experienced it a bit and then fell back, and then experienced it a bit and then fell back. And that's oftentimes how change goes. It's not a nice clean leap into the new, it's chaotic. So, welcome to the chaos, everybody. Have an awesome Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.